This could end her career. That's the phrase surrounding Viktorija Golubic right now, because the International Tennis Integrity Agency, or ITIA, has officially opened a case following her match against Alexandra Eala at the Suzhou Open. The moment ITIA's name appeared, the story changed completely, because they don't get involved over small arguments or emotional outbursts. They move only when something serious has happened. So what exactly took place after that match? Why did ITIA step in so suddenly? And what could this mean for Golubic's future on the WTA Tour? In this video, we'll break down everything that led to this shocking move, the timeline of what happened at the Suzhou Open, what the ITIA is really investigating, and how this could affect Golubic's career going forward. It all began at the Suzhou Open, a WTA 125 tournament in China. Viktorija Golubic, a seasoned Swiss player known for her calm composure and precise one-handed backhand, faced Alexandra Eala, the young rising star from the Philippines. On paper, it was just another match in the early rounds, but what unfolded after the final point made it unforgettable. The match was competitive, emotional, and tense from the start. Both players fought for every rally, and small disputes over line calls and gestures built quiet tension throughout the contest. Golubic, visibly frustrated at moments, struggled to find rhythm as Eala held her ground with unexpected confidence. When the match ended in Eala's favor, something happened. An exchange that wasn't part of the official broadcast, but didn't go unnoticed by those around. It was brief, but enough to spark attention from tournament officials. Soon after, reports surfaced that a formal complaint was filed regarding Golubic's post-match behavior, leading to the ITIA's official review. That's where everything changed. Because once the ITIA steps in, it means the matter has crossed from a simple emotional reaction to something that could fall under the agency's code of conduct and integrity regulations. The Suzhou Open ended, players moved on to their next tournaments, but for Golubic, the match left something behind. A question mark over her reputation, and now an open case with the ITIA. When the International Tennis Integrity Agency, or ITIA, gets involved, it's never a small thing. This isn't the kind of body that deals with minor on-court disputes or emotional outbursts. They move only when something serious has happened. So what exactly took place after that match? Why did ITIA step in so suddenly? And what could this mean for Golubic's future on the WTA Tour? Usually, post-match emotions fade fast. Players move on, the media cycle resets, but not here. Because according to multiple reports, Golubic's behavior after her loss to Alexandra Eala was flagged as potentially damaging to the sport's image. It wasn't just about a bad attitude or frustration. It hinted at a line being crossed. And once that happens, the ITIA has to step in to investigate what really went on, not just on the court, but also behind it. Their review could include match footage, player statements, and even witness reports from the event. Every small detail can influence what happens next, from a quiet warning to something much more serious. And in Golubic's case, insiders say this might not be her first brush with controversy. For many fans, the Suzhou Open incident felt like a shock. It wasn't the first time her conduct had raised eyebrows. Over the past few seasons, Golubic has quietly built a reputation for questionable timing and tense behavior during critical moments. In Budapest 2023, cameras caught her in a heated back and forth with an umpire over a line call that had already been confirmed by replay. The argument dragged on long enough to halt play, breaking her opponent's momentum. Then, in Monterrey 2024, another controversy. Golubic took an unusually long medical timeout late in the second set, right after her opponent had gone on a winning streak. The match's flow collapsed, and even though she claimed injury, fans were quick to call it gamesmanship, a deliberate attempt to break rhythm and shift control. Each time, the stories faded after a few days. No fines, no official warnings, just another headline that disappeared into the background. But now, with the ITIA stepping in, these earlier moments are resurfacing. And for the first time, the pattern is becoming too clear to ignore. Viktorija Golubic, this investigation couldn't have come at a worse time. At 31 years old, she's not a newcomer with years to rebuild. She's a veteran trying to hold on to her place in the sport. Currently ranked outside the 130, every tournament matters. Each win means precious ranking points, appearance fees, and sponsorship visibility. And for players at her level, those things aren't just bonuses, they're survival. A fine from the ITIA could range anywhere from $10,000 to $50,000, depending on what the review finds. For a top 10 player, that's manageable. But for someone like Golubic, who doesn't have million-dollar sponsorships, that kind of hit can throw an entire season off balance. And if the ITIA goes further, issuing a suspension or temporary ban, it could be devastating. A few missed tournaments mean losing not just income, but momentum, ranking, and credibility. Sponsors step back, wildcard entries disappear, and suddenly a long career starts to look uncertain. This isn't just about one controversy anymore. It's about whether Viktorija Golubic can recover her image or whether this will mark the beginning of the end for her time on tour. Once news broke that the ITIA had opened a case on Viktorija Golubic, the ripple effects were immediate. Video clips from the Suzhou Open circulated rapidly, with analysts and commentators dissecting the key moments frame by frame. Even without commentary, the footage sparked debates about conduct, timing, and the fine line between strategy and unsportsmanlike behavior. Media coverage quickly picked up, from major sports outlets to regional news in the Philippines, where Alexandra Eala's rise has been closely followed. The story didn't just stay in tennis circles. It became a headline story in multiple countries, highlighting both the seriousness of ITIA involvement and the global attention on emerging talents like Eala. For Golubic, this meant the spotlight was no longer just about her performance on court. Every match, every press interaction, and every social media post became scrutinized. The ITIA investigation had transformed what was once a single controversial moment into a career-defining situation, with potential long-term consequences. And while the investigation is ongoing, the incident has already become a reference point for how veteran players' actions are monitored and judged. A warning that the ITIA's authority is not just theoretical, but real, immediate, and enforceable. The stage is now set for the next chapter: how the investigation unfolds and what penalties, if any, could change Golubic's trajectory in professional tennis. With the ITIA now officially involved, Viktorija faces a range of possible consequences, some minor, others potentially career-altering. The first possibility is a formal warning or small fine, a step often taken when the agency determines behavior was inappropriate but not deliberate. But even this, however, could serve as a permanent mark on her record, influencing how officials monitor her in future tournaments. A second, more serious scenario involves a larger fine, possibly in the $20,000 to $50,000 range, depending on the ITIA's findings. For a top 10 player, this isn't just money. It can affect travel plans, coaching resources, and the ability to enter multiple tournaments in a season. The most severe outcome would be a temporary suspension from the WTA Tour. Missing even a few events could result in lost ranking points, diminished visibility, and diminished sponsorship opportunities, factors that could significantly derail her career trajectory. Beyond individual penalties, the investigation could set a precedent for the WTA and ITIA. Officials will be watching closely to determine whether veteran players' conduct will be held to the same standard as rising stars, and whether similar behavior in future tournaments will be treated with equal scrutiny. For Golubic, the stakes are clear. This investigation could either be a wake-up call, a chance to reset and move forward, or it could be a turning point that dramatically alters the remainder of her career. It's the balance the WTA and ITA must maintain between competitive intensity and fair play, a line that is often tested in high-stakes tennis. How officials handle this case could send a message to every player on the tour. Will the governing bodies enforce rules consistently, regardless of a player's rank or reputation, or will past leniency continue, allowing borderline behavior to slip through? For rising stars like Alexandra Eala, it's a reminder that the path to success isn't only about skill and determination, it's also about protection from unfair tactics and ensuring a level playing field. For veterans like Golubic, it emphasizes that experience and seniority don't exempt anyone from scrutiny. The outcome of this investigation could shape the culture of professional tennis in the years to come. It could influence how tournaments are monitored, how disputes are handled, and how emerging players are supported globally. And for the fans, it's a story that shows how every decision, every action on court, can have consequences far beyond the match itself. One thing is certain, the tennis world is watching, and the resolution of this case will echo across courts and tournaments far into the future.